What's up, everybody? Derek Soares, Photo Reporter. Today we're talking about some wedding photography. I recently did a wedding and I thought I would maybe show you a little bit and explain a little bit of what I do and maybe give you some tips and tricks on what you should do. Now, starting off as a photographer, it seems to happen all the time where people are like, hey, you're good with a camera. How about you do my wedding? I understand coming from the bride and the groom about saving money, I think it's a horrible idea. And if you're a beginner photographer, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Yes, it could be practice and it might lead to something else in the future, but I'm telling you right now, you most probably will get overwhelmed. The best thing you could do to become a wedding photographer is to piggyback on another wedding photographer, be a second shooter. I think that's the best way to go. I would highly suggest taking it seriously. It's no joke. It is a lot of stress. There's a lot to do and there's a lot to think about during a wedding day. Now, that being said, let's get into it over here real quick. All right, so here's a little thing that I like to do on my photography days. So basically this wedding, I took a bunch of photos. I'm talking like I must have had at least like 3,000 pictures taken this day. Now I'm only gonna show you 32 of the shots, not necessarily like the shots that I love, just shots that can really explain what you need to do here. So on a wedding day, you always wanna make sure that you catch everything that the couple has put time and effort into and money. So on this location, it was actually on a farm that is the mother-in-law's farm, the groom's mother. And so this was on their farm. So basically what I got there, the first thing I like to do is go in there and get those detail shots. And that's very important, what the area looks like, if it's at a house, maybe even a picture of the house. Some photographers don't bother doing that, but I think that it's a good idea. I like to do that. So I go in there and I get some detail shots, and then I'll go to, if I have a chance, like in this case, everything was in the same location, which was perfect. So I got the chance to go and take what the reception was gonna look like, get those detail shots of what they set up and everything. So this was right at the entrance. I saw it as I pulled in and I was like, I gotta go get that. They took time to put a sign there. I'll get that in the shot. I like the shot. So I went into the reception area after. I got some detail shots, like I said, at the table. You try to make it look as nice as possible and as creative as possible as well. Get some nice angles of these things, and also just make sure you get certain details that you don't always see at every wedding and that they took the time to think about. That's what I find is very important. Like these little gifts that they gave everybody was spices. That was awesome. So here's a little shot, a little close up, different angle of the situation. And I think that this is a great shot. I like it as well. Now it's just more or less to show the spices with the table, the colors, and that. So make sure you get in there and you do that. It's very important. And here's a shot of the barn, which was where the reception was held. I just thought that was really nice. Now, like I said, I got a ton more pictures of just the reception setup. Like over here on the left side, right here, you can see they had a photo booth set up with a Polaroid camera, which was very cool. A lot of people tend to do that now. I like that as well. So I got like maybe at least like 60 shots of just, or something like that, of just the setup. And so I'm just showing you a couple real quick here. From there, I usually head out to the girls, or in most cases, I go straight to the girls' prep where they're getting ready, and I start taking shots there. And I have a bunch of shots of this. Like I got them getting their hair done, each one of them, the bridesmaids. I get special moments here and there, but this is just the shots that get to it. What I like to make sure that I have that's very, very important to me. The bride looking at her dress, and if she's very serious, you got to try to make them laugh. Sometimes they're nervous, or they're not always 100% comfortable in front of the camera. In this case, she was great. She laughed a lot, and it made my job easy to a certain extent. There's a shot I love a lot. Sometimes, if another piece of advice, sometimes color shots, you might have trouble with the color in a certain area, and here there was like very yellow, which I tried to fix, and it wasn't 100% to my taste. So you can cheat and put a black and white. Here's her daughter trying on her shoes. I thought that was a great shot. I really liked it. It was her idea, so it was very important to me to make sure that I got a good shot of that. She really liked the idea and she wanted that, so we did that. Here's a shot of her putting on her shoes. It's very important as well, I find. Then from there, I always head over to the groom's now. So what you want to do in any type of area is try to find that window light. That's the best piece of advice I could give you. Find that window light, set them sideways to the window, not necessarily facing the window, sideways, and you get some, a little bit more of a moody shot, where you got your light on one side and a little bit darker on the other. It looks very good. Make sure you get his best man helping out, or the father helping out. In this case, it's the best man. helping out, getting, again, once again, those detail shots. They paid money for these things. You want to show them, you know, and you want to try to capture some emotion. Then I always try to get a nice little close-up shot like this one right here. I have it in color and black and white. Every one of my pictures is in color and in black and white, by the way, just so you know. This is the first look, and I decided, hey, how about we send your daughter instead of you and surprise him? And that's what we did, and it turned out great. So that's his daughter standing behind him right there. This is a great guy and a great couple, by the way, and a great family. I really, really, really like them. So here's a shot. You can see her super excited on her face, and she was super cute about it. This is when, you know, you just capture the moment, and you got to try to be as quick as possible. This little black spot here is left here because it's an actual memory. He got bitten by a bee. That's a bee under his daughter's dress, in between the little, whatever you call it, the layers. I don't know. Anyway, so he got, it was a bumblebee, and apparently, from what I heard, bumblebees don't sting, but he got bit on the hand, which was something he'll remember forever. She's just super excited once again. Now it's his bride coming up. There's a lot more of the shots of this too as well. I mean, like, I must have taken just like 30 shots of this. Obviously I didn't deliver 30 shots. I give the in-betweens. This shot I just like. It shows the distance, shows the area, it shows the hill, the light on the grass, everything about it. To me, I love this shot right here. This is a shot to me that I really like. Right here, I mean, come on. Her expression, super excited. You see the love. She can't wait for him to see her. That's gold to me right here. And then this I think might be one of my favorite shots. It's his genuine reaction, and her with her like, what do you think? You know, I mean, he looks great, she looks great, the picture looks great. I love it. Make sure you get the family, that's for sure. If they got kids, make sure you get shots of the kids and them together. Some family shots. I have a bunch, but here's one that I like a lot. When I'm doing group shots like this, you get the serious one, you get everybody looking straight, everybody looking forward. What I usually do is ask them to start pulling a fake laugh, and everyone starts and then it becomes funny. Then they actually start laughing in the situation. You tell them, look at each other, look at it, you know, and you get a shot like this. So here's what once again, this is that looking straight, getting the picture. We got a little, well, we were lucky and unlucky in the same time, in the sense of when we went to go look at the place a few days earlier, it was perfect, everything was perfect. This day was extremely bright light, and we had to look for different little spots on the fly to catch some shade to make some of the shots happen. This was the view that I would have liked. You could see everyone's kind of squinting here. You got that raccoon eye thing going on, so it's not the best, but you know, I really wanted that shot. Here, what I like to do sometimes is have them interlock their arms and walk like they're drunk towards me. You take a bunch of shots, and maybe you have to do it once or twice, but you end up with some shots like this. They look very funny, look very genuine, and they're having a good time. So this was us looking for shade. If you can see here, you can see the light on his face right over here coming through. In color, doesn't look so good. In black and white, it passes, right? Here's another shot. I mean, this was us just finding some locations with some shade, and I really like these shots. I really like these shots. This was after the ceremony. Obviously, the ceremony, I covered the whole thing. You want to make sure you're always in the right spot to get the pictures, but also make sure that you're not blocking the view from everybody. At times, I have to admit, I do not think of that as much. I just feel about, I need to get my job done. And if I'm filming or I'm a photographer and there's somebody filming, you try to just make sure that they're getting those shots as well. But the people and the guests, yes, I try to be not to be in the way, but at the same time, I got a job to do, and they want to make sure they get the shots. It's not necessarily 100% about the people, the guests, and making sure that they have a good time and they have a good view. I gotta get a job done, and yes, I just get in there, get those shots, then get out of the way. But I get in there. That's the point that I'm trying to get to. Yeah, so this is a lot of the basics. You got the first kiss, the rings, you know, you got the speeches, the vows, but I mean, not speeches, the vows. All those shots are there, very emotional, and you try to get different angles. I try to get over the groom's shoulder, get the bride reading, vice versa, and reactions, the same type of thing. So they're both in the shot, but the shot is of one person. Once again, I did the same thing with the girls here, with the interlock the arms, walk like you're drunk, out in the field, a little bit more of a golden hour time, which was awesome. Bring the family. And this picture right here, I think I really like it, and I like it. I think she had mentioned that I need to not scrunch the nose, but I think it's super cute that she's laughing fully, and you get those. I mean, I think this shot is great. I love this shot. Here too, just their reaction, their playfulness together, and this is later on in the day, so they're more already relaxed with you being around, and they're having fun. Now they're loose, they're just enjoying the moment, and then you get some shots like this where they're playing around with each other, and your job is just to snap those shots, the in-between shots. Sometimes I'm talking, sometimes I'm not talking, sometimes I'm giving them a little bit of a, hey, grab him by the suspenders, and then he did that, and then this is what happened. Like, it's just, you got to be quick. And here, just, you know, it's just them being them being in love, them enjoying the moment, them laughing, cracking jokes, and you could see it in this picture, love, and that's what it's all about. So guys, that's what you kind of got to do on a wedding day. Do the best you can and make it happen. Be there for these moments. Make sure you capture the moments. Weddings are not easy. Understand that you will get better as you go, and that's why I highly suggest being a second shooter with someone who's been doing it for a while and pick up some tips and tricks along the way. Hope this was helpful for you guys, and see you on the next one. Peace.